Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Leanne. If you are new, thank you for tuning in. A little bit about me. I am a mother to a 15-month baby boy. I also am a nursing student. I am in a accelerated ADM program. And in December, I will be graduated with my associate's degree, and I'll be able to sit for my NCLEX to get my RN license. I just typically like to make vlogs. That's pretty much all my channel is about, just about being a mom, being in nursing school, being a, 30-something-year-old girl, just about my life. It's very much lifestyle, okay? So if you like those kind of videos, tune in, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, okay? Okay, y'all, so let's just jump into this video. This is just gonna be a quick little, where have you been, twin, where have you been? Little update about term 2, because you guys, I kind of fell off with vlogging. Not kind of, I definitely did. I haven't vlogged in like 6 weeks. I don't know, it's been a minute. Like the last video I posted was me studying for my second med-surg exam, and I took that exam. So like I think I filmed that video on a Friday. I took the exam on a Monday, and in between then that video posted, so I haven't filmed anything since then. So yeah, let's play a little catch up. Let's catch up. So all right, update on my exam. Your girl did not pass. I did not pass. I did not pass. I did not pass. I did not pass. Let's just get that out. Let's just get that out there. I did not pass that exam. So going into this exam, y'all, everybody was saying how this is like the hardest med-surg exam, and that typically like everybody, does worse than they did on the first exam. On the second exam, I was trying not to like feed into that. Like I was trying to just kind of keep my head like, it's okay, you got it, you know what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. And I ain't gonna hold you. Going into that exam, y'all, I was so freaking confident. I was like, because that exam was over like Crohn's. It's like over elimination. So like Crohn's, UC, AKI, CKD, like a lot of that stuff. And I understood the content. Like I was getting the content. Like I understand it. I get the patho. I get it, right? So like going into the exam, I was like, you got this, you gonna knock it out. Like they talk about this a hard exam, it's not gonna be nothing for you. Y'all, I got that exam score back and was like when I tell you jaw, it hit the floor. My jaw hit the floor, okay? When I seen that F on the side, I said, what the hell? This can't be me. I said, refresh, 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 refresh. This somebody else's grade. This ain't my shit. No, this ain't my shit. Like, I was stunned. The lady was too stunned to speak. I was too stunned to speak. So we needed 78% to pass our nursing exam. And I got a 73 on that exam, which was a drastic drop from exam 1. So I was really shocked. Like I thought that even if I didn't do like as good as I did on exam 1, I thought I at least still passed it. So to see that I didn't pass it was like, shocker. I was shocked. I cried. I ain't gonna hold you. I cried. That's the first exam that I failed in nursing school. So yeah, it hit me. It hit me to the core. I ain't gonna hold you. So that was I was a little depressed by that. I was a little sad. So after seeing the results of that exam, I kind of was like, in my mind sulking a little bit. So I really wasn't trying to vlog like that, because my mood just wasn't where it needed to be vlogging. That's why I was just like, I can't. So I did end up like sitting down with my professor, which is actually a requirement. If you fail an exam, you have to sit down with your professor and go over your exam. But I sat down with her, went over my exam, and like I literally could see all the mistakes I made and was like, you knew better type of thing, and in the middle of my exam, I was kind of like bouncing back and forth in between questions or answers, and I would like I was second guessing myself a lot. Like I really was. And then like I just wasn't doing like all my things I usually do. Like usually during the exam, I like to highlight the important parts of the question so I could really kind of see like what are they asking me, and kind of like, you know, ignore the fluff. I wasn't doing that. I did not do that at all. Don't know why. And then yeah, I was just second guessing myself a lot. Like just stuff where I'm like, when I went back and looked at it, I was like, girl, you knew better. You knew that. I gotta put my glasses on. I was trying to film this without my glasses because I'm not, like, it has a glare on it, but it's so blurry. It's starting to make my eyes hurt. I can't. But anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, I could see the mistakes. Like I could recognize like, yeah, you knew better than to select that answer, or to not select that and then select all that applies. Like you knew better. And then some stuff was just like I was overthinking it a little bit. Like a couple of questions that I got wrong had to do with like what would you add in the plan of care for a patient that has X, Y, and Z, and I would leave certain stuff out because it would be like a SATA question and select all that apply, and I would leave something out because I'm like, well, this person isn't at this stage yet, so they don't need that yet. But when I was talking to my professor, I was explaining that to her, and she was just like, I understand what you're saying. She was like, but in a plan of care, it's just like, what is something that you would implement for this person that has this disease, whether they're at whatever stage or not. So once she said that, that really helped me kind of really connect the dots with like plan of care and what you should select and all of that. So after having a meeting with her, I felt way better about like my exam and stuff. Like granted, I didn't pass it, but I didn't do so bad to where it was like my exam average was off. Like I think at that point had like maybe an 81% exam average, which, you know, I needed 78%. So at that point it was still like, all right, I'm cool. So then after that, I kind of just was like really in my head about making sure that exam 3 and our quiz 3, that I was like on it, like really on it. So I was like so hyper focused on doing well on my last exams and quizzes that I just wasn't like paying attention to like, let me vlog. Y'all know, let me get my baby, hold on. Ooh, your shirt is messy now because you have breakfast. Okay, so yeah, going into exam 3, I kind of was just really trying to focus on, what are you doing, bub? Yeah. You gonna let mommy talk? No? Yeah, you can play on my phone. Okay, so going into exam 3, I was really like really just super focused on making sure that I did well on exam 3 and on my last quiz, because, you know, I wanted to make sure that my average, you know, stayed where it needed to be. So that was just kind of stressful within itself, just kind of like being antsy and having anxiety about, you know, doing good on the last couple exams and quizzes. So I kind of was like, right. So vlogging kind of fell to the back burner is what I'm trying to say, because not only did I have those quizzes and exams, I also had exams for bio. We were, you know, doing 12-hour, 9-hour, I don't know how long our clinicals. We got out at like 4:30. 10, 11, 12. Yeah. You know, almost 10-hour clinicals. So doing those every Saturday was exhausting. And usually, here, I'll fix it. Usually how I was doing it was I would come home from clinical and edit my vlogs so it could go up on Sunday. But because I'm not getting out of clinical until 4:30, I'm not getting home until almost 5:30, because it's like a 45-minute drive for me. You know, spending 3, 4, 5 hours editing a vlog when I have homework to do, I have to study. Like, it was just a lot. We got EAQs. So going into like the last part of the term, it was just a lot of homework I wanted to get out of the way so I could really just focus on exams. Mind you, we had our HESI in the 9th week, like 2 weeks ago. So literally the same week that we had exam 3, we had our HESI exam. With the HESI exam, if y'all know, comes remediation. So I knew that was gonna be a thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, it was just like a snowball of like homework, exams, EAQs, remediation, all this stuff where I'm just like, I need to get this stuff done, because when it comes around, you know, final time, I don't want to have to worry about it. Like, even when it came around time to have to do like HESI remediation, I didn't want to have to do HESI remediation on top of, Bubba, please, on top of other homework. Here, you want to go watch Gracie? Go. Look, go play with the TV. Bubba. All right, come on. And on top of all of that, y'all see, right? You hear that? On top of all of that, exams, clinical, homework, I'm also dealing with this, okay? So needless to say, I say all of that to say, your girl was stressed out and something had to fall to the back burner, and it was vlogging, okay? Everything else I had to make sure that like I was on top of. So I ain't vlog, okay? But anyway, the term is over, okay? We did really good on exam 3. We did really good on our final quiz. We did really good on our final exam. My bio, I did really good on that final exam, so that's great. My math, I actually was kind of salty because I had an A in math the entire time. Like every single quiz that we had, I got an A on. But then for the final, I don't know if it was just like I wasn't really paying attention to the questions that well, or if, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you, I didn't really study for it. Like, I maybe studied for it like an hour before we had to go take the exam, so maybe that's the problem. But I ended up getting a 75 on our final for math, which brought my grade down to a B, which sucked because I was kind of counting on math being my 1A, because I knew I wasn't gonna have an A in my med surg or in bio. So whatever, I ended the term literally with B's in every single class, and I'm not gonna complain about it. You know, we got through it. It was stressful, I'm not gonna lie. It was stressful. Like at first, when, if you wanna watch TV, go down there and watch it, bub. Or you just wanna stand right here and watch it. Cause you can't even see it, can you? But I'm not gonna lie, y'all. People say med surg is stressful, and it does get stressful. It really does. It's just a lot of content, and that's the thing. It's not that the content is just like so hard to understand. It's just a lot coming at you at once. And I think the hardest part about med surg is learning. How do I want to say this? The hardest part about med surg is when you're taking your exam is picking the correct interventions for your patient. And then it's like for your patient at the point of disease that they're going through, or recognizing what point they are, you know, that they're going through, what stage it is that they're going through for their disease. So I think that's the hardest part, because it's not just like simple, straight to the point questions. But then it's like, if you know the patho and if you know the disease process and you understand like how to take care of that, then the questions kind of are simple and to the point. But it's just like training your brain to get to the point where you can recognize like, this is the patho, these are the signs and symptoms, these are going to be the interventions for these things. That part, that's the hard part, is training your brain to get to the point where you're like, I get that. Those are the signs and symptoms of AKI, and this is what we would do to handle that. Getting your brain to that point. That's the part that is hard, or a little complicated or difficult, or however you want to say it. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all though. Like I'm gonna be all the way for real, outside of failing exam 2, I actually enjoyed med surg, and the only reason why I didn't enjoy exam 2 is because I failed it. Like if I would have passed it, obviously I wouldn't have a complaint. But I actually kind of enjoyed med-surg. Like it was stressful, but I enjoyed learning the content. So I don't know, I could just be weird or whatever, I don't know, but I enjoy learning the content and understanding the path though. And like the point where you get, you know, like when you get to the point where it's like, okay, this is happening because that, exactly, this is happening because that, here, let me change it for you. Okay, you know, like when you get to the point where it's like, okay, so this sign and symptom is happening because this up here is doing X, Y, and Z, and A, B, C, and D is causing C, B, and D. Like when you get to that point where you really can connect the dots, it's fun to me. It got fun to me. Like when I could connect the dots and be like, boom, 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 boom. It got fun. But yeah, so I think that's it. Like I don't want to make this video really long because this is not like a little, it's not a vlog. It's just like a let's catch up real quick. So yeah, I think that's it. I was gone because your girl was stressed out. School had me in a chokehold, and I had to kind of just like focus on school. Now I ain't gonna hold y'all, I did get to a point where I was like, okay, I'm ready to start vlogging again, but I looked a mess. My hair was a mess because I was worried about school, and I didn't want to come on here, you know, first video, first day back looking crazy. So I had to wait until I did my hair. So here we are. But yeah, I think that's it. I feel like I got a little off track and a little frustrated because somebody, you know, started doing what they do. So if y'all have any questions, let me know and I'll answer them in the comments if I missed anything. But that's pretty much it. Jero was stressed out. She failed her first ever exam. She cried about it, but she bounced back. She bounced back and she passed all of her classes. Yes, we passed all of our classes. We don't have to retake nothing, and we are on to term 3 after our little 2-week break. So we'll be back at it in a couple weeks. So yeah, but yeah, so I'll be back to vlogging, getting back to my regular schedule here shortly. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully y'all can hear me. And I'll see y'all in the next one.